My name is Lise Villiers, and my question relates to education and employment. The federal government plans to start implementing the second phase of the job creation strategy. Through the Canada Job Creation Program, employers will contribute $5,000, the federal government will contribute $5,000, and the provincial government will contribute $5,000. The first stage of the job creation strategy was funded by the labour market agreement between the provinces and the federal government, and it will come to an end in March 2014. The LMA monies funded intensive programs which served to attach many people to employment in their home communities. Can you elaborate on your party's plan to continue to provide unemployed or untrained individuals and disenfranchised groups with pre-employment and literacy and...
I already made this comment earlier about how education really is the great equalizer for all groups. That's been shown over time, over history, time and time again. And that starts at a very young age. And as I've already mentioned, we are committed to reinvesting a significant amount of money. It's probably the largest aspect of our platform is the investment into our K-12 education program. The $65 million that we've been underfunded the last 4 years is putting that back into the classrooms. That's allowing us to reduce our class sizes. It allows us to hire more teachers and provide more resources to the students that we can focus on our reading, writing, and numeracy skills, so that from a very early age, our citizens are being provided with those skills that they need. Now, does that address the immediate question which was asked in terms of how do we address this for older workers? One thing is, in the long term, this should eliminate some of those problems as these students begin to graduate and become members of our society and contributing. We also, though, have a Graduate to Opportunity program, which is to provide funding to small businesses and incentives to get young Nova Scotians engaged in the workforce, to provide programs and incentives at that level to help our new and young grads, employees get involved in our workforce. So it's $6.5 million that we want to invest in this program to get those students out there and involved. And again, investing in our education system to help make sure that we're equal right from the start, from our early education days right through to when we graduate, and then with investment programs after graduation to help ensure they can get the jobs they need in the workforce right away in our communities, because we want our employees here contributing to our economy locally. Thank you.
This question is about literacy and essential skill development for people who don't have skills and have a problem with literacy. The existing government program was working very effectively, and I can say this because I've had an opportunity to meet with many stakeholders. We've been traveling the province asking stakeholders, what about this new program that the federal government is trying to initiate? The stakeholders resoundingly tell us that it's not going to work. You're not going to get buy-in from employers to pay $5,000 to help somebody with their literacy skills. These consultations came about as a result of the Ministers of Labour and Advanced Education meeting, and they want to present a united front to the federal government to try and persuade them that this position that they're taking is wrong. The ministers are meeting later this month, and there's an initiative. They're coming up with a united front, which all of the provinces and the territories can present to the government to try to persuade them to back down from their position that they've taken. So until we know what the outcome of those meetings are and what is going to be perhaps in place in place of this new program that the federal government has put out, there's not much we can do in terms of coming up with a strategy that's going to supplement or replace the existing programs that we have. I can assure you that obviously this is a tremendous importance to Nova Scotia, where we need to build our skills and our literacy for people in need, and we are going to push as a government as hard as we can to make this work in the way that it should be working, the way that it's working now, in fact.
In my travels around the community, there's a common theme that I keep hearing particularly amongst the younger workers. I keep hearing it would be great if we could stay in this community if we could, but we just can't because we don't have a job. I have a young family. I want to raise my family here, but I can't seem to stay here because I don't have a job to go to. One of the platform items in the PC party is to address this by increasing the apprenticeship program from 1,600 to 3,000 apprentices. As of right now, if you're in an apprentice program, you have to travel out west to get your apprenticeship. Now, what happens there is if you get your apprenticeship out west, you get settled there, you may start your family there, and that young family is lost. So by keeping young families like that here, everything rises with the tide. Because if we keep young families here, you get 2, 3, 4 children with a young family like that, our schools benefit, the tax base benefit, everybody benefits, and the person that actually wants to stay in this community has the opportunity to stay here, and they get the training they need and have a good job at the end of it. So those are the type of things that I've been hearing at the doorstep, and basically the families themselves are torn, because I came across a young family just the other night. They were having a supper because their son was going back out west, and they said do it once a month. So, and that young person wants to stay here, but has no choice and has to leave. And it's a shame if we can't keep our young people here. That's what we got to work on and moving forward. Thank you.